outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And it doesn't show signs of stopping. And I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Hello and welcome to Ukulele on Fire, the YouTube channel for climber ukulele, but today there is no climbering. Today I want to show you a very, very famous and very nice Christmas song. It's the song Let It Snow. This version here is a little bit advanced with some jazzy and fancy chords. If you're looking for a more basic version for beginners, maybe you should click up here. There you find a nice little easy arrangement of that song on my channel, Ukulele on Fire. As always, you can download a PDF with the chords and lyrics for this video on my Patreon channel. If you want to become a patron, just click on the same link and then you'll learn how to do that. You also find the links down below in the description. And now let's get started. The whole thing is in C major. I played the C major chord with the pinky, which makes chord changes a little bit easier, but if you want to use the ring finger, just go ahead. I show you the chords for the A part step by step. I give you some hints for changing the chords smoothly, and then we play the A part, and then we care for the B part of it. Okay, so we start with the C major chord. The next chord we need is G7, which is a quite basic standard chord. But after that, we need a diminished chord, and it works like that. Let's just build it up step by step. Maybe you start with this chord here, index here, middle finger here. This is like an ordinary D7 variation. And then you just add the other fingers in the places that are still left. So the ring finger is here on fret 3 of the 3rd string, and the pinky here on fret 3 of the 1st string. And this is the diminished chord. All right. The next chord we need is a G minor 6. It's this one. Maybe you can play G minor, and you just do that and take away the ring finger, and then you have G minor 6. You know the chord D minor, I guess. It's this one. What we need in my version here is D minor 7. So we have the ordinary D minor chord shape and add the 7 here with the pinky. Some players like to do it like that with a half bar chord. Maybe you find out what works best for you. See the difference? This is the ordinary version of the D minor 7, but if you like, you can just have the bar chord pressing down these two strings, and then maybe it's a little bit easier for you. The next chord we need is a G7 with a diminished 5. You put your index here just over the first 3 strings in the 1st fret, and you add your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Okay. The next chord we need is G7 suspended 4. Just play an ordinary G7, but add the pinky. And then you got this chord. All right? And this brings us basically through part A of the song. There's just one more chord that we need, is G6. It's this one, just play G7, and this is the 7 of the chord, and you lift your index, and then it's the 6 of the chord, and this is G6. And from this one, we go on to C major 7, which is very easy. You just remove the middle finger, and then we have C major 7. All right, so I sing part A for you very slowly, and I play the chords in a way so that you can really follow what I'm doing. Just go ahead. So we start with C major. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. And now the diminished chord. But the fire is so G7 delightful. Okay, let's play that. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, diminished. But the G7 fire is so delightful. So you change between the G7 chord and the G minor 6 chord. The middle finger just stays where it is all the time. Then the D minor 7, I prefer the version with the bar chord. Since we've this one is a little tricky. G7 with diminished 5. There is actually no smooth way between these two chords. Since we've got no place to go, and then the ordinary D minor chord. You must practice that. I can't help it. So D minor 7, and then this one, G7 with diminished 5, and then D minor. If you do it like that, you can hear a little nice melodic line. It's this one. And this sounds nice and gives that chord change a little structure. Just try to listen for it. Nice, isn't it? The next chord that we need is the G7 suspended 4. Let it snow. G6, let it snow. C major 7, let it snow. And then G7. So if you have the C major 7 here, you just add these two fingers. And then let's sing the next verse. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping. And then the diminished chord. And I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And then we need a very, very easy chord. It's C6, no fingers needed at all. And this brings us to part B of the song. So I play the second verse again, and then I just go over to part B. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping. And I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. Yes, and then C major 7, just lift these two fingers and then you got it. Let it snow. And then C6. And then we start with G6, it's this chord here. We already had it. When we finally kiss goodnight. A minor 7 is no fingers at all. How I hate going out. This is D7. We play this version of it, just like a bar chord here. Use your index finger on the second fret and then add the middle finger here on the first string. Going out in the storm, back to G6. But if you really hold me tight, A7, which is very easy, just the index. All the way home I'll be. And then we have a really fancy chord. This is D sharp 6-9. Maybe you start by playing a G7. And then you leave the index where it is and you just shift these two fingers, the middle and the ring finger, one fret up. and this is D sharp 6/9. And this brings us back to part A of the song. So I play the second line of part B again. If you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. G7. And then we come back to part A. Let's sing verse number 3. Well, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you'd love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So now maybe you go through all these chord changes again, and as soon as you feel safe, come back, and then I'll show you a nice little intro and a nice little outro lick, and then we can play the whole thing together. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, this is what my intro is supposed to sound like. Just listen. I show you how to play that note by note. You start with the D-7 chord 4 times, then G7 suspended 4, then an ordinary G7, a C major chord, and then start with the middle finger here, and then slide up and put the index right here. Again. Try to do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. After that, you leave the index here and use the ring finger for fretting here, fret number 5 on the second string, and then you play. So 5, 3, and then you slide into that note with the middle finger. Okay, again. I play these notes again, so you start with this one. Again. And after that, we play a G7 chord, but it's another voicing than the ordinary one. We have the index here, so I play the little lick again. And then we leave the index here, and we add the pinky here on fret 5 of the first string. We add the ring finger here on fret 5 of the third string. And finally, we put the middle finger on fret 4 of the fourth string. And this is a G7 chord. It's a little different from the ordinary voicing that you know, but it sounds fine. And if we use that, this note can ring on. We don't have to remove the index. Just listen. And that's it, and then we start singing the song. Now for the outro. I play it to you first. You start with the ring finger on fret 3 of the third string, and then you slide it up. And then you just use the E minor chord shape like that. And then you can play these 2 notes. Okay? So you start with the ring finger, slide up, and then you just use these 2 notes from the E minor chord shape. Then you add the pinky, pull off, and then C major 7. One last time. And this is everything you need to play my version of Let It Snow. Have fun. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, trains are stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I hope you like that jazzy version of Let It Snow. If you want to play a more basic one, as I said, you can find one on my channel. You find the link in the description below or at the beginning of the video. If you want to play more Christmas songs, just click up here. There's the playlist with all my Christmas song ukulele tutorials. I hope I meet you in one of my future tutorials. Bye. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.